Still working on it, gang. Just give me a second. Okay, I think I've got it now. Let's see, East Coast, Jonathan, Mad Props, Frank Rizzo. Good evening, gentlemen. Put the screen up here. Block out a little bit of the sunshine. Okay. I are here back. I'm back. Oh, what I should have done was this. What'd you think of that? Oh, East Coast on the highway headed for home. Jonathan, that's no, somebody said that Paul Murray's chair, I need to have some eyes on the back of it when I'm out of when I go to the bathroom or have to do something for Mia or all the little things you have to do throughout the day. Um, that they said when I leave, I need to get up, turn my chair like that. Then when I come back, turn it back and sit down. If I can just remember that. Problem is as you get older, your memory isn't as good as what it used to be. So the yeah, it's 73 degrees, so it's kind of nice out here after we had a high of like 39 degrees last night. So we went from 39 degrees up to 75 degrees, which is appreciated. I went out with my zero turn and rode around this afternoon, the backyard, the front yard, because I have mulching blades on it, mulch up all the leaves. Didn't turn out too bad. Yeah, Jonathan, I don't know. That's a good question. Just me. It's just me. But I like to thank everybody that's here so far. It was 9, now it's 7. Now it's people are coming and going. I get it. Hey, Brenda Sunstar, how's it going? Oh, Jonathan says his device is dying. What battery? I hope, Jonathan. Giggles! Giggles is at work, and I would imagine he's going to join us shortly to eat his dinner in the parking lot. Oh no, no, he's off today. He's not working today. That's what I think that's what he said. Is that right, TJ? So Jody, what's new with you? How's the weather up there? It should be warm. According to the weather that I saw earlier, the warmth goes all the way up into Canada. Yeah, that's what I seem to recall. TJ, you said that you didn't have to work today. You thought about you were going to go flying or something. I don't know what you did. Joe, of course, is shooting sports. Hey, Jonathan. Yeah, Mario, what's going on? Laura, no, there's not any ships right now. Um, it's a ship upbound if I get anybody here with me um, in about the next half hour, 45 minutes. I should be able to go down and get one, but no big deal if I can't. Hey, here comes TJ now.
Oh me.
Did you go fly today?
Yeah, actually, I did. It wasn't too bad out there. Little windy, but not too bad. I flew the Air 2S and the Avata today.
Which one do you like to fly better, the Avata or the Air 2S?
Um, I like the Avata because I like the idea of having the goggles on and just like flying up in the air and stuff. But then when you're like flying a camera drone, it's really not the same, really.
No, it's different. That's why I don't
Yeah.
fly. I don't fly FPV.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole nother world when you're flying FPV. I mean, it's just like it actually makes you feel like you're inside the drone, just like flying around all over.
Oh, Lois says your arms are
Yeah.
tired from flapping and
Yeah.
flying.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Well,
It
Laura's
said
been busy too, I'm sure.
Yeah, it said David's just finishing his drive. He was live early. Well, he
He
was
was
live
live
earlier.
doing his Euro driving, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Phil
While I was
comes
out
down.
flying. Philip.
Hey, how's it going, Philip?
On the way home to work from work.
Oh, there you go.
Y'all there?
Yeah.
What was it busy today or
No, not really.
no?
No, we got scorecard stuff to do by the end of the year, so I went ahead and got some of that done today. I'm leaving one of the branches right now.
No, there you go.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, it wasn't cement, it was sand. I guess. I don't know. They're gone now.
Oh, you got them?
Yeah, I got all of it.
Why would they want that?
I don't know. I just work here.
I don't know. I just work here.
I'm on a show. Bye, girl.
I think when people ask you something you don't know the question to, it's like, I don't know, I just work here.
Oh, that's TJ's favorite saying when he's at work.
Yeah, I was like, I don't
You
know.
have this? I don't know. I just work here.
Go find it yourself. I don't know where it is. I just work here. I'm just here to ring up your items. That's all I'm here to do.
Yeah. This is all they pay me to do. They don't pay me to answer your question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this what happened to me
Instead of a tip jar, you should have a question jar. You have a question, put your money in the jar.
You got a question? Put the money in the that's funny.
So on the way home yesterday, right there in front of our house, we've got a two-car driveway, barely two-car driveway. And normally, if I'm heading one direction, certain direction, I have to swing wide to get into the parking spot. Well, yesterday there was cars coming that way, so I really couldn't swing wide, and I really wasn't thinking about it. And when I swung to go into the driveway, I heard something go.
Crunch, huh?
I hit the mailbox and knocked the mailbox in the road and tore it up.
Wait, you hit the what with the what?
Hit the mailbox.
Oh, hit the mailbox.
TJ, focus.
Well, no, I guess sometimes it cuts out, and like when you're speaking, I guess when you're not at home and you're on your cell phone, it cuts in and out. So
yeah, you go with that, TJ. I heard it fine. TJ, dig out the ears a little bit. You know?
Yeah, take the mud out the ears. Take
That's
the mud
right.
out the ears.
That's that's that wax flapping up and down, TJ.
yeah.
Yeah, because he's tilting his head all the time. Every time he's the wax is going ding 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 ding.
That's funny.
Oh man. Yeah, I scratched my truck.
How much damage? Just the mailbox, or did it damage the truck?
The mailbox, I'm fixing to replace it Thursday. It's still standing, but it's bent. The post is plastic post.
Oh, plastic. Okay.
Yeah, it's bent. The mailbox itself is metal, and it's bent up a little bit.
Well,
So
could
my-
you
So
could
my
you
wife,
see
do what?
could you see it in your rear view mirror at all, or your side mirrors, or?
I wasn't thinking, TJ. I pulled into the driveway so fast, I wasn't thinking about, what I normally do is turn wide when there's no cars coming the opposite direction. And this
Oh.
time, cars coming the opposite direction, so I didn't turn wide. I just went ahead and went into the driveway.
Oh, gotcha.
So, yeah, my wife last night, she was like, okay, so now I need to talk about this for about a month. And I was like, yeah. And then last night I came out to the garage and I said, I checked the mail. We don't have it. So today I sent her a text and she sent me a text and said, hey, when you're home, check the mail.
Yeah, see right there.
Yeah.
Phillips froze. He's frozen in time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, you left him speechless.
I know.
Am I frozen?
Yep.
Yeah, you're definitely frozen.
Oh. How about now?
Still
How about
frozen.
now?
Yeah, you're
How about-
still frozen.
I don't know why.
It's
I
all blurry.
It's good now.
It's pixel. You're all
No,
pixelated.
you changed positions. You went from the side to the. You must have a bad connection.
Yeah, it must be like bad reception somewhere.
And there's David.
Yeah, sorry about that, Paul. I was like about 10 minutes away from finishing my job, and I was like, do I end and leave it till tomorrow, or do I just complete it? And I thought, sorry, complete it. Let's go.
No, you got to finish your work,
Yeah. Mark will be here in a minute. I think he's just trying to find a way of getting out.
Philip's back with sound, I think. No, not sound.
Yep.
Hello?
Hello,
Can you hear?
Philip.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you.
No video.
Definitely you, TJ. That was
How about now?
Nope, still no video.
Oh well.
We can hear you though.
Maybe it's because I'm driving.
Yeah. If you're driving, you're best turning off your camera and just talking, because it uses less bandwidth.
Okay. I'll do that as soon as I stop. I'll just sit here and listen to y'all.
So does the mailman still put mail in the mailbox even though it's like all knocked over and whatnot?
I won't know until I get home.
How far do you gotta go, Phil?
I'm about 15 more minutes away from the house.
Okay, that's not bad. What's it, about a 45-minute, an hour drive to get home?
From the office, it's about a 15-minute drive.
Oh,
From
you were-
from this branch, Well, from this branch is about 20 minutes.
Okay. And here comes Mark White.
Here he is.
What happened last night, Jonathan?
Terry Garr, Young Frankenstein, and Tootsie star has died, age 79.
I think this chair out there needs to go to the trash can. All right.
Oh, there he is. Phil's back.
Yep, finally got signal.
You
again.
froze again. Now you're not frozen.
Yeah, it's just a signal. It's just a signal issue. That's all.
Yeah, it's a signal. There you go.
I feel it.
That was pretty funny.
Hey, how's it going, Mark?
Not so bad.
Oh,
Hi,
I
everybody.
got you. I
Chat.
got you.
Come on, Amazon, you fuckers.
Well, I've got 2 frozen Greggs sausage rolls in the air fryer cooking now.
Oh, nice.
Well, guys, me and Laura got the bargain of the century earlier.
You got the bargain of the century?
You ready for this? We went to Tesco's. We bought a large beef joint, large chicken joints, a large gammon, 2 bags of roast potato, 2 bags of cauliflower cheese, frozen carrots, honey glazed parsnips, Yorkshire puddings, you name it, bags of veg. And because it was on offer, 1 joint of meat and some with £10. Because
Quiet.
card points, it was £2
No.
for our whole Christmas dinner.
You bought all that for £2?
Yep. Our freezer is absolutely jammed.
Damn.
We had to take
I'm coming over to y'all's house.
Well, that's what happens when you buy out of the back of a car, you know?
No, bought it from Tesco's, the big supermarket.
Oh. I thought maybe somebody pulled up and says, hey, you want a deal? I got a deal for you.
I got a deal of the century.
No, a few years ago, I was actually on the railway bridge near where we used to live, and this guy came over and he goes, "Gonna buy any chickens?" I looked at him, I was like, "Beg your pardon?" He went, 10 for £1, last few. Right? And I'm saying, what the fuck's he going on about? Right? I just thought, what a crackpot. He walked away. Turned out he weren't trying to sell chicken, he was selling drugs. Yeah. It was he gets people to buy chicken.
Hey,
For fleet ads.
Philip, Sunstar, Brenda said hello to you.
Ooh,
And what Jonathan was talking about, Jonathan, I think, was talking about Philip, you hitting the mailbox. He said that was last night.
when? No, last night.
Yeah.
Yesterday evening when I got home from work.
Yesterday afternoon. Okay.
Yeah, but right, I was pulling into the driveway so I could go in and be on Scott's show, Jack Rabbit. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, TJ's off looking for food. I think he's in a hunt. 'Cause I see the refrigerator door open. There he is. Yep, he's hunting.
Drinky drink.
Four giant blueberry muffins, 89p. Bargain.
Is that a good buy?
Yeah, they should have been £4.
Ah,
Mm. That fine makes you thirsty.
well, isn't that you're drinking out of a bucket now, or what the hell is that?
No, it's a cup from this restaurant called Flanagan's.
I thought that's what you used to mop the floor with.
No.
Did you steal the cup?
You said what, David?
Did you steal that cup or did they let you have it?
No, they let us have it.
Did you ask them for it?
Yeah, but can I keep this?
TJ, did you say Flanagan's?
Yeah, Flanagan's. Yeah,
Oh man,
this place is awesome. They got like the best garlic rolls ever. there.
Where's it at, TJ?
It's where's their Flanagan's? Flanagan's. It's
Yeah, you know.
Let me see.
It's somewhere in Florida, TJ.
Yeah, somewhere in Florida. Yeah. There's one in West Palm Beach.
are they green? Is it all green?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, the glasses, the cup, plastic cup.
Yeah. There's one in West Palm. There's one in Lake Worth, and then there's one in Wellington.
To be one up here in Birmingham.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's the reason why I was asking.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A question for you. Did the people of Birmingham, America, talk like they got blocked up noses? Like they do over here?
What the what?
He's talking British again.
I know.
No, but if you listen to somebody, a Brummie from Birmingham, they actually talk like the noses are all bunged up.
Yeah, they sound like they've got adenoids.
So I'm just wondering if it's a complete Birmingham thing across the world or just there.
Yeah, if you got that, Philip, just nod your head, yes. Yeah.
That'll do.
You know, my nose has been stopped up for years.
Well, you know, I've noticed as I get older, you know, I turned 73 this last summer, and I'm going through Kleenex left and right, just blowing my nose and blowing my nose and blowing my nose.
Yeah, I mean, if you say it right, you've got to tell people that you're from Birmingham.
Birmingham?
Birmingham.
Or,
I think
He's
there's
not from Birmingham.
we said
there's a song called "Paint Me a Birmingham."
Huh?
It's a country song called "Paint Me a Birmingham."
Yeah. Paint Me a Birmingham, and then also Telluride has a song. I'll be in Birmingham tonight.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I'm not really in Birmingham. I'm in the lower portion of Birmingham. Like
So that's Alabama.
You're in the
Yeah.
suburbs, right?
I'm in the burbs.
Yeah.
The burbs. The
That-
burbs of
That's
Birmingham.
so Birmingham, Alabama.
Isn't that'd be like Coventry to us then?
I wish I could remember. This morning I watched a video about three guys. One was from Australia, the other one's from Canada, and I think the other one's from Canada also. And they came to Birmingham for 72 hours, or came to Alabama for 72 hours. They wanted to go noodling, where I don't know what y'all if y'all know about noodling. It's basically you're
Oh, like
sticking.
you stick your hand like in the fish like come and like eat your hand or whatever.
You pull out a big old catfish or
catfish.
Yeah.
baby.
I've never done that before, but I've seen it on YouTube. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's gotta be crazy. Now do you put I don't know, like some kind of bait or whatever in your hand and then oh look look at the back of his chair. That's funny. That's pretty good. He put a face on the back of his chair. That's hilarious.
What, Paul?
That's funny. But yeah, do you put like some kind of like bait in your hand and or do you just put your hand in the water like it is?
Stick your hand into the hole and grab them and pull them out.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
So these guys get to this bar and they're looking for somebody to carry them noodling. And they were telling them, that they show these snapping turtles. And they say sometimes you got to watch out because it may be a snapping turtle in the hole. And they're all like,
Yeah, I know that thing will be like snapping your hand off.
And
One time one did almost snap my hand off. Damn, snapping turtle did. Like this was when I was younger. Like I was and my grandmother was alive at the time. I was fishing off her dock or the dock that was in her community or whatever, and a damn snapping turtle caught my line. I reeled him in, and I took the hook out of his mouth, and I put a rock in there so I could try to get the hook out. And damn thing like snapped in between my finger and my thumb, like right in this part of my friggin' hand. I just barely broke the skin.
well, I seen another video one day about the same thing. And the guy says, you got to watch out for snapping turtles. And he went like this.
minus a few fingers.
Oh, that's funny.
Mm.
They met somebody at this other bar, and the guy says, I won't carry you until Sunday. And it was like Saturday or something like that. No, Friday. It was Friday. He says, I can't go until Sunday. And the other guy turns around and he says, well, y'all can stay at my place. He said, I got a couple of rooms and everything. And he says, I got a couple of rooms and one couch, unless y'all want to sleep together, And they were like, what? He said, that's all up to y'all. But anyway, I can't think of their names. It's some connection. They do different things. And it was a funny video just to see their reactions on everything.
Paul, did you make that face on the back of your chair? Did you do that today?
Yeah.
That's funny.
You like that?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Good luck.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jonathan. I think the Spectra drone is green.
I've never seen this. I've never seen the Spectra drone before, or maybe I have, like a video of it.
It's the one that they brought out that's the same. I think they brought two out. They brought out a Mini, which is the same as the Mini 4 Pro, and the bigger one, which is the same as the Air 3. Well, they are literally a DJI drone with a different name.
Yeah.
I think Bill, the drone reviewer, has got.
Guys, It's going to be no surprise to you, but I've got to go and ring Amazon.
They've missed you again.
Oh, he's gone back to depot.
What they do? Did they miss your drop off or something?
Yeah, he's gone back to depot.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
Depot's car park.
Right. Speak to you in a bit.
All
I'm
right.
staying at the panel, by the way. Just muting everything.
What's up, Justin? Justin.
Is he on?
I think so.
Simon, go, go. It's not a stop
What?
sign. Yield sign.
Isn't that annoying when somebody's just sitting at a green light or whatever? They're like sitting there like, hello, the light is green. It's not getting any greener. Go.
I came up to a roundabout, then he just stopped. And I'm like, the signs yield, nobody's coming.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, there he is. The bus monitor is back home.
Justin.
I should have saw it earlier. Kids were all yelling on the bus. And the one bus monitor I was training with yelled for them to be quiet, and they were still talking. So I stood up and I was like, everybody be quiet. And they all just looked at me. Just silence.
You should have said, shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to get fired, TJ.
Yeah, TJ can keep that job for about 45 minutes.
Funny.
TJ wouldn't even make it past the first two. They'd be getting on the bus talking about, good morning, Mr. TJ. He'd be like, fuck you, sit down.
Watch out. Dusty says short bus cop, everybody watch out.
Philip is riding home with us.
What's up, Phil?
Did you know that Justin is now the official bus monitor? He's got a special bat made out of foam for slapping the kids that are being bad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know. TJ, I think you almost got it all now. TJ.
No, they actually have emergency buttons on the bus. You just press it, and the sheriff's department will show us straight up to the bus.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't even go to the bus yard or anything. It goes right to the sheriff's department, and then they track the bus immediately and show up.
And arrest all the kids.
But they can come on there and put their hands on the kids. They don't give a fuck. The deputies will do it all day long. They'll slam a kid to the ground, throw them in cuffs. They don't give a crap.
They got it on city buses too. Oh, down.
Told you, man. The sheriff's department ain't the one to screw around with around here. That one kid that got in trouble a few weeks ago, they were telling us about it. The one that said he had a gun in his backpack, and about eight sheriff's deputies surrounded that bus in about 5 minutes and pulled every kid off that bus.
No kidding.
I was the one the sheriff did a thing about weeks back. He had a gun in his backpack. I said they don't play around now. Like I said, the deputies have every right to do whatever they need to do. See, like, we're not allowed to touch the kids. They are.
Yeah.
Well, they do it in pairs so that the one can't get accused of anything, you know.
So what's the minimum age for a gun now? Is it 16 over there or is it 18?
Depends on what state.
Yeah, some states you have to be 21 to buy a handgun. Like the handguns are usually the ones that have the age limit of 18 to 21.
Mm,
Like I think you can go in and buy like rifles at 18, but I don't think you can buy a handgun at 18. I think you have to be 21. I think. I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
As
So,
if handguns more dangerous than a rifle.
well, I mean, not really, but they're more concealable. So,
Yeah, true.
like I said, it depends on what state you're in. Some states, most states that I've been in, it was always 21 to buy a handgun.
Rifle's always going to be more accurate over distance.
Well, it's like how they make a big deal about AR-15s, and it's like, dude, a 30-06 will do more damage than that will.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like they make a big deal about those guns because they look militaricious, a little bit like military. They kind of look military grade, but they're really not.
Yeah.
It's just the look of them is what people are scared of. And then they assume AR stands for assault rifle, and that's not what it stands for. It's the name of the company. Granted,
Shotgun with scatter on it would kill you too.
oh yeah, there's tons of rifles out there that are single shots that would do way more damage.
Justin, you're in charge. I'll be back.
I remember when my dad blew a hole in the roof of our house with a 30-06. He was unloading it and something happened, like the hammer or something malfunctioned, and it slid forward, and yeah, it was loud as hell. I was about 5 feet from it. My ears were ringing for about an hour after that. Put a big old hole in the roof.
Me and a buddy once we had
You're breaking up real bad. I didn't hear what he said. He's breaking up on mine.
He was breaking up and going quiet.
Yeah, his audio was going real quiet.
by now.
That's better.
Oh, my alarm was going off. Time to take a pill. Anyway. We had this house that had wood slat ceilings, and we wanted to hang some Bose speakers from the ceilings for a weekend party. And we didn't have a drill or anything, so we got a 22 and
Oh Jesus!
Chop the hole open. Like it.
Oh my god!
and shot a hole. We went perfect, and we put the eye bolt into the ceiling. And then we had our neighbor came over. I mean, just busted through the door. What the hell's going on over here?
What was it, like a abandoned house you guys were throwing a party in or something?
It was a house we were renting, and we know they were going to tear it down in about a year to build something else. And the owner told us he didn't care what we did in the house. So,
Oh hell! You turn a bunch of teenagers loose in a house like that? You tell them you don't care? They'll tear it down for you.
well, we did have a party before we moved out, and we had sledgehammers and stuff where we're just tearing up the whole house because the owner basically said, yeah, y'all do whatever y'all want to. We're gonna tear it down. So,
The way to do it, I guess.
fun times.
I remember when they were tearing down an old gas station out where I lived in California, and the guy we all got off the bus, and he was gonna start demoing it with the bulldozer, and he let us break all the windows out of the building. He had one glass shooting out. So he asked us, he goes, "You guys want to throw some rocks?" There were about 5 of us. We were like, "Hell yeah!" We sit there and got to bust all the windows out.
This is the same party we had close to 90 something people at. and our next door neighbor Brian, he was with us too, and somebody came and got me. Said, "Philip, the police are here." I turned around and I said, "Oh boy." So they said, we got out to the front, and Brian's out there talking to him, and he's really tore up. And one of the policemen turned around and says, "Buddy, I hope you're not going home tonight." He said, "I plan on going home whenever I feel like going home." He said, "Well, right now," he says, "if you go home, we gonna get you and we're gonna lock you up." And he says, "I don't see how. I live right next door." That cop, that cop had a dumbfounded look on his face.
Get you for drunk in public for crossing the property line.
Yeah.
Well,
As soon as you step on the, as soon as you step off the property onto the road, that's when he gets you.
well, the house was only like 40 feet away. I mean, there were shotgun houses, and I was like, "Oh man." No, all they were doing is just seeing what was going on, and they wasn't harassing us or anything. It was just, the way Brian was talking to him, he was like, "Buddy, I'm fixing to lock you up." So it was,
Oh,
fun time.
God.
Yeah, the best thing you could do if cops are being cool with you while you're drunk is don't get smart with them. They'll find some reason to lock you up.
Yeah, tell me about it. Well, I'm gonna walk into the store for a second, y'all. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Oh,
Take
cool.
us
We get
into
to.
the store. Take us into the store with you.
Oh, I want to watch a guy who's going to steal his car in a minute. All of a sudden, you see a random dude getting his car with the ski mask on.
Yeah, I'll just go for two until he gets halfway down the road and go, "Hey, yeah, yeah, I'm talking to you. Hey."
All of a sudden, you scare him. He goes off the road. Oh, shit.
Well, that'd be great because that way they can fix where I hit the mailbox last night.
Biggest party I ever went to, there was probably about 500 or 600 people there. They had a live band. It was at somebody's house out in the middle of the desert, out in the middle of nowhere. There was a shit ton of cars. There was probably 200-300 cars. I think I was probably 16 or 17 at the time.
Paul's empty chair. Philip's empty chair.
I'll follow the trend, TJ. Get up and walk away. And I just gotta sit and wait for them to either give me a call tonight or tomorrow. So
Oh, you finished training now, haven't you? You got to wait. Now,
and
it's
I just
what
gotta.
you do tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, I have to go and do paperwork and stuff and sign up for everything, and
All right.
then I get assigned a bus. But I don't know when they're gonna call me. So most likely it'll be sometime tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Well, somebody dropped. Who was it that dropped off? Was it David?
I
I
don't
know.
see him on here anymore.
I know him. I can't remember whether he's what's it? His icon was still there before, or whether he turned it off when he went to make a phone call.
Did Joe get his internet back? Anybody know?
He got it back at
Yeah.
7 o'clock last night, and then it went off again this morning. But
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
we don't know about that because we've not seen him, because I think he's got a shoot tonight.
I fell asleep this morning when you all on the live stream. I was laying in the bed with my headphones on, fell asleep. Jonathan said it's still out.
The Phillips back with no audio.
I'm here.
All right, okay.
Just trying to concentrate.
Yeah.
You don't need to be
Especially
getting pulled. You don't need to be getting pulled over by the cops, sir. Why were you texting driving? You're like, I'm not. I was live streaming and driving.
Yeah,
What you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my dashboard camera.
my dashboard camera.
Yeah, that's like what we were talking about the other day about seatbelts, man. I don't see how cops can see that you're not wearing your seatbelt.
Yeah, that is
So many
strange.
times I've drove by people's cars looking in the windows just to see if I could tell, and you can't tell. I don't know how the fuck they determine that.
Oh, I always put mine on no matter what.
I can remember driving when you didn't need to wear a seatbelt.
Oh, absolutely.
Some cars are grandfathered in if they're old enough.
I can remember riding with mom and dad and being up in the very back where the back window was.
Uh-huh.
When did seatbelts become mandatory? Like 70s, 80s?
Something like that.
Later than that, I passed my test in 78 and we didn't have to didn't have to wear them then.
Yeah, but it would have probably been different in the US though, right?
I don't
I don't know. Because older cars, I know if they're old, if it's an older car that didn't come with seatbelts, you don't have to wear one. Like you don't, most states you don't have to actually put a seatbelt in the car. They're like kind of grandfathered in. I don't know why you'd want to do that though. Fuck that. I don't ride in a car without a seatbelt on.
Yeah, well, some of those cars just don't go fast enough to need a seatbelt.
It was belts, mainly lap belts.
Yeah, they were lap belts.
Oh, I mean, there was a time where there wasn't any seatbelts and they became lap belts, and then it became like the shoulder belts became standard, where it had the lap and shoulder.
Uh-huh.
You ever been wrecked with a lap belt? It's not nice.
No.
That's what hurt everybody's backs more than anything. Buddy,
I've only been in 2 accidents, and both times, one I hit a deer, which didn't really affect me in the front seat because I hit the back passenger side. And I didn't go off the road. I just kind of smacked it, and then it smacked the side of me, and I pulled over. And then the second time, a drunk driver hit me from behind, but it didn't like throw me into the dash or anything. My airbags didn't even deploy. He hit me from behind, but that pissed me off when that guy hit me. Because all it did to his big ass lifted truck was knock the front wheel out of the ball joint. It didn't do anything to his truck. And it smashed the whole rear end of my car. But the dumbass took off from the scene and drug his front wheel 2 miles down the road all the way to his house. And they followed the skid mark all the way to his house.
Yeah.
because he drug the front wheel the entire way. So
I
they
was-
were able to follow right into his driveway.
I remember shortening my dad's car by about 6 inches. 3-month-old car. He'd only just got it. And I'm driving to, I was going an errand for him or something. And an old guy, pulled out from outside the cemetery and turned right straight across in front of me, which is like the equivalent of you turning left. And I just couldn't stop. Bang, straight into the back of his car, spun him round. And my dad's car was 6 inches shorter at the front than it was supposed to be.
Yeah, that's the only 2 accidents I've been in, and neither one was my fault. So then I tapped the lane. There was one at in a parking lot. I tapped the rear end of a lady's van, but she kind of slammed on the brakes in front of me. And it just was a light tap. It didn't do any damage to either one of the cars, so she didn't even care. She was just like, if you're good, I'm good. I was like, yep. And we just both drove off.
Mhm.
But it was her. She knew it was her fault, but it didn't do any damage. Didn't even scratch either one of our bumpers. It was just a little light tap. So other than that, yeah, I've never really been in an accident like that.
I had a van completely cave in the driver's side of one of my cars that I'd only had a few months, but it wasn't a new one. And I was going round a right angle corner. And on the corner was an entrance into a factory yard. And the van coming in the opposite direction because it was raining and horrible and at night thought the road went straight on and just tried to drive straight through me.
Oh no, matter of fact, I remember one other incident in my work truck about 1.5 years ago. A lady was pulling, I was parked on the side of the road and she was pulling out of her driveway and she swung the front end of her car, tapped my work truck bumper. But same thing, it didn't do any damage. So, but she was out there profusely apologizing to me for like 20 minutes. I was like,
Nice, Philip. Nice.
I was like, you're fine. I was like, it didn't do anything. The bumper was all scratched up anyway because there's a work truck.
Yeah.
I was like, don't even worry.
Y'all getting ready for
He's
Halloween?
already decorated for Halloween. So,
That used to play golf there. Granddaughters decided they were going to decorate the golf buggy.
so, take some candy.
All right, let's go in and see the doggies.
What's up, dogs?
Doing tight. All right. Head to the, grab me something to drink and head to the. I want one of these. Oh no, y'all can't say it, can you?
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Yeah.
Those things are so good. I haven't had one of them in so long. We were talking. I think that was
You
this
guys were
morning.
talking about that this morning, yeah.
Yeah, it was this morning we was talking about that.
Telephone pole in the middle of my car racing. I had a friend in high school got killed by hitting the telephone pole. Him and one of my other friends were in an old Volkswagen Bug they were fixing up. And they had the 5-point harnesses they were going to put in it because they were turning it into an off-road kind of like sand rail Volkswagen type deal. and
Baja
they, yeah, Baja Bug, yeah. So they were turning it into, and they decided not to put the belts in right then, and decided to take it out for a joyride, and flipped it and slid right into a telephone pole. One of them got killed. That was 17. The other one was 18.
That's too early.
It is way too young.
The name is Nathan Howard. Every year his family created a Facebook for him years ago, and every year everybody goes on there. They got all his old pictures from high school and everything on there. Because my Facebook wasn't a thing when he passed away, so it was still MySpace era.
Mm.
Let me see.
His family created a Facebook page years and years ago and put all his old high school pictures and everything on there. I think his sister runs it. So every year when his birthday comes around, you know, a lot of people from high school post on there.
Wait, what's Dusty talking about? Oh, on my profile pictures you talking about on Messenger or whatever?
I'm talking about birthdays. Jerry Bauer's birthday today.
I think he sent you a picture on Messenger, TJ, is what he's saying.
No, I don't see anything in there.
Whose birthday?
Jerry Bauer.
Who's that?
Oh, he's on a few of the live streams. He's a drone guy.
I don't know who that is.
Oh. Y'all still there?
Yep.
Yep.
That's just
Yeah,
kinda
Philip.
weird.
Philip will know me. Don't you, Philip? Jerry Bauer.
I think my phone's starting to overheat.
We got like a little. That's pretty neat.
This is the junk room, the garage. Well, junk everywhere.
I want to build one of them those little things that you have on the ceiling of your garage. I want to build one of those things, like a little storage thing. Yeah, we need. That's what I need. But is that a 2-car garage? It looks like a 2-car garage. Mine's just a 1-car garage. I don't know.
TJ, there's only 2 of you. Clear all the junk out of there.
What?
But there's only 2 of you. Go through your garage. You probably got a lot of crap in there you don't need.
Yeah, yeah, that's basically what we need to do. But the other thing is too, there's a storage unit on the right side of on the wall, and these doors to put shit in. There's no room to put anything in there.
Most of that is like Christmas and stuff like that, TJ.
Yeah.
And because the attic is full, and if it's heavy enough to where I don't feel like carrying it up to the attic, it stays down here.
Yeah.
And I really don't feel like next year. I'm getting older, and I really don't feel like next year taking it back down from the attic.
Yeah, climbing up and down taking shit down for like holidays up and down the attic is a pain in the ass.
I don't think I've ever used an attic in a house. I've never got to the point where I had that much stuff where I needed to put stuff in there. Yeah, I'm big on throwing shit out. If I don't use it, it goes.
Yeah, that's what
I can't keep shit. I can't keep stuff that I'm not using. I'll throw it
My-
away.
Yeah,
My-
I know they say that less is more, and there's so much shit in that garage that we need to go through. That the majority of it's hers, but she just needs to go through it all and get rid of it so we can have room for other stuff or whatever.
Yeah, my attic's all insulated, plasterboarded, and floorboarded to make it a proper storeroom.
Yeah, you don't need to do like Griswold and fall through the damn ceiling.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Fortunately, he landed on the top bunk of his kid's bed, and he's putting his hands down there like there's a fire, like, ooh, heat.
Hmm.
DJ, I even, in the garage, I even added, I don't know if you can see them or not. I don't know if you can or not with the light.
Oh, lights, that's cool.
The ceiling, I got ceiling speakers. I've got 2 ceiling speakers in here and I got a Bluetooth stereo system. So
Oh,
when
nice.
when I'm working in here, I can run the Bluetooth. But, yeah, I built those about 2 years ago on those shelves. And tell you the truth, what it takes is planning. Once you start planning it out, they go together just perfectly. And the hardest part was trying to find the joist to screw in the top.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part.
Just put some drywall anchors up there, you'll be all right. As long as you're keeping empty totes in there.
All you have to do is tap along the ceiling, and the note changes when there's a joist above it.
It's 2025. Just use one to find it. Or 2024.
You just sit there and drill until you find it.
Yeah, you put 100 holes in your ceiling.
What is
Hey,
that?
Jason.
Don't mind that. It's just a gas line.
Yeah.
What's that sound? What sound? That hissing sound.
Yeah. Why is the
What's
ceiling
that?
all wet?
I don't know.
What's that?
I don't have a light, but I got a lighter. Okay, try that.
Hmm.
It's like, what's that spark? Don't worry, that's power to that room. We don't even use it anyway.
Mm.
Like your panel goes.
Yeah, Jason's here.
DJ,
What's
we had
up?
we had a good time this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we went to that glamp out, and I got one video posted on my channel, just a little short video.
Oh, that's cool.
We had a great time.
Oh, yeah, from when you were at that cabin or whatever?
That's when he went glamping.
Yeah,
When-
glamping.
when
Oh,
glamping.
yeah, I remember you saying that.
Jason, what's up?
What's up, Jason?
Had a really good time. Hey,
Yeah,
Jason.
Brenda.
For that
almost-
kind of money, I should hope you did.
Brenda said she got rid of a bunch of stuff during COVID. Yeah. I went through about a month ago through our closet, and threw a bunch of shit out.
Where do you keep all your holiday stuff, Justin?
Out in the garage.
Yeah.
I think I've still got trousers hanging up in my wardrobe that'll never fit me again in a million years.
Sarah's mom annoys me because she just holds on to junk, man. Like just serious junk. It annoys the piss out of me. Every once in a while, I'll slip a box of it in the trash.
And then her mom will be like, "Where's that box that had that stuff in it?"
I have no idea.
No,
That's what I say.
Yeah, where's that box that had that tin with $1,000 in it?
That thing with $1,000 in it. So do you just leave both y'all's cars like outside of the garage and you just turn your garage into like a studio or whatever?
What it looks like.
Yeah.
Talking to me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was asking if you just leave both of your cars outside of the garage and you just made your garage into a studio.
No, we do leave both the cars. We've left both the cars ever since. Well, really, Angie, my wife, this is the first house. I mean, when the house is built, she's the first person in this house back in 2000. And, yeah, the cars always stayed outside.
Oh.
I don't want, I'm sorry. I just don't, I mean, even if we cleaned it out fully where they could fit in here, I still wouldn't want them in here. It's
Yeah.
just, it's too much.
I mean, I don't know. Like some people do. Some people leave their cars in the garage. Some people just leave them outside or whatever.
well, it depends on where you live too. Some HOAs, you can't even park your damn car outside.
Yeah.
You have to have it in the garage. That's why you'll see when people live in HOAs, they have like the cleanest fucking garages because they have to. Because they have to park their cars inside. So they like
Yeah.
store nothing in their garage.
Well, that's the people also that have storage facilities they go to. And, I'm sorry, I got rid of mine years ago because it was $100 a month. And it's, I don't have to leave something in storage. And it's not,
You're talking about paying $1,200 a year to store stuff you're probably really not doing anything with to begin with. So yeah, it's kind of a waste.
exactly. I mean, look at Storage Wars. Watch Storage Wars all the time, and you're like, some of these storage facilities. I mean, these people have left this stuff in there for 20 years, and you're like, for 20 years they sat around and they paid that. So you say $1,200 times 20. Geez, that's
24,000.
yeah.
That's been 24 grand towards your retirement.
Or going on a trip somewhere, or
Yeah, we're on the world cruise.
yeah, seeing the world.
It's like that, like I said, that one storage unit I bought. It was just like a little closet sized storage unit. It wasn't very big, had a couple dressers and stuff in it. Few storage totes, and the only thing of value was in there was it was a gold coin, 1 troy ounce, that they could have paid the damn storage for a whole year with it.
Absolutely.
It was sitting in one of the dresser drawers, $50 gold piece, but it was 1 troy ounce of gold. If you live in a neighborhood like TJ, you don't even have to have yard equipment. They just come and cut your
Yeah.
lawn. That's part of your dues you have to pay.
Yeah, because we have lawn maintenance guys that come out here and cut those
Yeah,
grass.
it's one of the big companies that shows up with like 20 trucks and they just hit everybody's yards at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. HOAs just got hit really hard in Florida by a bunch of new state laws that restricts them from being over zealous on tenants. Because it all started because this police officer was parking his car in the driveway and the HOA was fining him for it, saying he couldn't have his police car because it was a commercial type vehicle, that he wasn't allowed to park it in the complex. I'm like, why would you not want to have a cop car parked in your complex?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
And it got a whole bunch of press, and then it started a whole thing with the governor, and then they signed a bunch of shit into law. Now that there's all these laws pertaining to vehicles and yard or driveways and all this other stuff. There's a lot of stuff the HOAs got stripped from being able to do. Because yeah, like my old HOA that I lived in, yeah, they'd get mad because I had my work truck in there, parked in the driveway. So some of the people would take all white magnets that then were blank magnets, you know, the big door magnets that are blank. And you would see
Yeah.
people pull their commercial vehicles in there and they'd put those over the truck. So you couldn't see the decals because then they wouldn't say anything. So if I had a company name on the side, they'd try to fine you for it. And I'm like, I don't see the big deal. If somebody parks their work truck in their driveway. Like, that's stupid as hell. But now apparently they're not allowed to do that anymore. So, from what I heard.
With that here,
Do what?
we just don't have HOAs anyway, but they wouldn't be able to do stuff like that.
Yeah, like and that they say like 75% of neighborhoods in Florida are HOAs, like a lot of them. There's way more HOAs than non-HOA neighborhoods. And usually the non-HOA neighborhoods are the real old ones that the houses were built in like the 70s and 60s, 70s, and 80s. Because some of them used to have HOAs, like our neighborhood used to have one back in the day, but it dissolved years ago and doesn't exist anymore. So
Well, when my wife first moved in here, they had an HOA, and she said it only lasted for about close to 2 years when it was abolished. Just, people got tired of it. And from what I understand, a lot of people just boycotted paying them.
I got enough people. Yeah, I don't, because I mean, I don't see how they can take your house from you because you're not following their rules. But at the same time, you kind of signed up for that when you moved in there.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
it's not a surprise when you move into a neighborhood like that and all of a sudden the HOA got knocks on your door. I mean, you kind of know that when you go and buy a house in one of those places.
Well, buddy of mine, the one that basically kind of started the Glamp Out, he's got a new wife. Basically, they went down and got their papers and everything, and they said, "All right, you're married." But they're going to go ahead and do a ceremony at their house. And I looked up at him and I said, how many people are we talking? He said, probably about 25, 30 people. And I said, okay, that's cool. And he says, well, I said, we're doing it right here, music and all that stuff. And he goes, yeah. I said, oh, okay. What does the HOA say? Looked up at me and he says, well, I haven't had a chance to talk to them yet. And I said, well, I think I'd be talking to them just to make sure. He said, is it better to do it and ask for forgiveness? And I said, I don't know. It might be.
Well, it all depends on too. If the HOA is a corporate HOA where somebody just drives through once or twice a week and looks at people's houses, some of them are like that. But if it's a live-in HOA where some of the people live there are HOA members, that's when you really got to worry. Because then if they see 20, 30 cars parked out on the street in front of your house, yeah, they might get pissed off.
Yeah.
You might get away with it.
Especially if there's music playing and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see.
See, like the HOA I lived in, there wasn't anybody from the HOA that actually lived in the neighborhood. It was ran by a corporation. It had a bunch of HOA properties, and they would just send somebody through twice a week to drive through the neighborhood randomly.
Just look around. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they'd get you for like having your trash cans up front and all kinds of stupid shit. If your grass was too long, they'd say something.
You ever seen the video of the guy that comes over to the lady's house all the time? He's on crutches and stuff like that, and One of them is, he comes over with his attorney and, he says something, rings the doorbell and everything, and she opens up the door and says, "Does this answer your question?" And she shoots him with one of those, powder bombs, blue powder bombs, and throws it. And then he comes back the day later, and it was blue. And he comes back a day later, and he's got this shirt in his hand, and it's pink. And he said, "This is my favorite shirt. It cost me $60, and you shot me with this, and I want you to pay for it and everything." And then she shoots him again. And all
was
he's
a
doing,
guy. Do I?
do I now?
Oh, I was gonna say there was a guy here in Florida who owned his own house, and at the time he owned it, it was kind of a rural area. But all the land around his house got bought up by a housing complex, and so they built off from where his property was and built more houses all around where he was kind of in a cul-de-sac. They built this big ass neighborhood around his house. Well, he was the only one that technically wasn't in the HOA because he predated it and he owned his property before. So they didn't buy actually his piece of property when the development company bought it. So he was the only one in that neighborhood that could get away with doing whatever the hell he wanted because the HOA didn't have no power over him. Oh yeah, it pissed that HOA off. That guy was a thorn in their side.
Paint your house purple. Yeah.
I couldn't live anywhere where people told me what I could and couldn't do.
I hear you there, Mark.
Well, there's some HOAs that are reasonable and they're easy to work with. I've been in HOA neighborhoods where they're really cool. They don't really bitch as long as you keep your yard clean. They're not really big on it, on enforcing crazy stuff. Then there's some where your house has to be a certain color, your front door has to be a certain color. You can't have blankets in your windows. There has to be certain type of blinds, like super strict. Those are the ones that are out of control. The ones that are kind of laid back and they just want you to keep your yard clean, those ones I don't mind because I don't want my neighbor's house looking like a freaking dump next to me, right? Like, so as long as they keep a semi order in the neighborhood, but they're not overzealous and get you for trash cans and stupid crap like that, I don't mind that. Because there are some that are pretty laid back. As long as, like I said, as long as you just keep your yard cleaned up.
My wife's asking if I want to go walking this evening. Sure, after the second one of these.
Yeah, he'd be stumbling all over the place.
Dogs
Make it
are
to the
running
end of-
off, and they'll come back.
I'll make it to the end of the driveway. Be like, all right, that's enough walking for me. Stumbling back up to the front door.
Oh, she also sent me a text and said, "Have you checked the mail?"
You're not telling you've not fixed the mailbox yet.
What'd you do? Clip it or did you completely knock it over?
I clipped it, and the actual metal mailbox came off, and the plastic hole itself bent. So I told her I ordered a new one. It's coming in Thursday.
And mailboxes ain't cheap neither, man. I'll
70
tell you
bucks?
yours. How much was it?
70.
Just for a standard ass mailbox too. Was it
But
just
that was in the post.
yeah.
So
Like you go to Home Depot or Lowe's and just a standard mailbox, and it just comes with the plastic sleeve pole, not the actual 4x4 that you need. You know, you got to buy that as well to put the plastic sleeve over it, and then by the time you're all said and done, it's like $110, $120.
Yeah,
Expensive as hell.
I looked on
I'm gonna
Amazon.
go ahead and get off here. I'm gonna try and make me something for dinner.
All right.
But I'll see you guys later.
Okay, DJ, behave yourself.
I will.
We'll see you today.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't have a box like that. We just have a letterbox built into the door, and the postman puts the stuff through it. And if it's too big to go through it, they knock on the door for you.
Nobody knocks on the door anymore for packages. Dude, FedEx, UPS, all of them, they'll just drop the shit at the door and walk away.
Well, in most cases, they throw it up against the door, so isn't that kind of like a knock?
Yeah.
That, oh, my package is here.
And then half the time they say that you need to sign for it. They don't even ask you for a signature. They'll still drop it and leave it.
Yep. Only
Is that-
take a photograph of it next to your door.
Or like here, I've seen UPS drivers I've literally, when I had that one computer delivered to me not too long ago from somebody for Kelsey, it was supposed to require a signature. I saw the guy at the door drop it and sign it for himself, the UPS guy, and then just take off. And he just put his own, he just, wrote a fake signature in there and then walked off.
Was it last year? I think it was last year. We had a rash of FedEx packages not showing up for Christmas time. And then about a week later, they looked in the woods and they found a bunch of FedEx packages where the driver had just dropped all of them off in the woods.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, they had an Amazon truck that did that a couple of years ago, and these guys were doing some tree work along the road, and they found a whole bunch of Amazon packages in the ditch, and they did a whole YouTube thing on it. They picked all the packages up and they called Amazon, tried to get Amazon to come get them. Amazon didn't even want them. They didn't even give a shit that they were throwing on the side of the road. So these guys took it upon themselves. They put all the packages in their truck and drove them to each house and delivered them to all the people.
Really?
Yeah, just some tree guys are out there working. And they tried to get Amazon to come get the packages. Amazon didn't want them.
Crazy. It's a crazy world we live in.
It's just like that lady that was on the news not too long ago. Some Amazon seller had a bunch of shit being cleared out from Amazon's warehouse and had shipped to this random lady's house. And this lady got like thousands of packages, filled up her whole garage, and she couldn't get Amazon to come get them. They said they didn't want them. Turned out that it's the news people that did the news story on it, traced it back to some Amazon seller.
Really?
And they dumped it on this lady's address because they didn't want it shipped back to China.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the lady ended up with thousands of packages of just random shit. I would have told her. I would have been like, if there was some decent stuff in there, if I could just have a garage sale, start your own eBay store. Start throwing the shit on eBay.
Take it down to the local flea market.
Yep.
Find somebody with a booze.
Hey, Donald, how you doing?
Okay, I'm just now leaving my shoot.
Well, shoot.
Yeah.
Was it successful? Were you happy with it?
I got some good shots, and the owner insisted I take home some queso habanero.
Oh, there you go.
He had me try some first, and I was like, oh, I could see how that would sell a lot of beer. It had just a little kick of spice, just a tickle of spice at the end, and I could see how it build. I'm like, I bet that would sell some beer. And he goes, you take some home. It's like, no, it's okay. He asked me again a little bit later. I said, okay, if you're going to insist, I'll take some home.
Wow, that's really nice of them.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and they are a lot of fun to work with. They get excited for the process. And the girl, it's a family run thing. And I think it's his niece. She usually does the VO. She's cute and just bubbly and just great to work with.
What did he send you home with?
Habanero.
Queso habanero.
Ooh, Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would have took it the minute he offered it. Family run place, you know that was some good shit.
Oh, I did taste it
He tasted
earlier
it
on.
and was
And I was like, oh, that's really good. And so he's like, take them home. And I'm like, I had dental work today, and so I'm kind of sore. And it's like, no. And he's like, well, put it in your refrigerator, and you can have it the next day. Fine, if you insist. Give me it back. Thank you.
Donald's like, if you're gonna twist my arm, I'll take a 5-gallon bucket.
Oh,
Jesus.
he gave you a whole bag of them, right? Look at there, Justin. Whole bag of them.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Got chips, and I think that's a medium size container of queso. Like,
And I'm assuming those are probably homemade, freshly made
Oh yeah,
chips
it's
right
all
there.
homemade
Oh, yeah.
right there.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, those are fresh chips, and
Hey, Don, I know what's for dinner.
I'm telling you, I am sore right up here from where I got stabbed with a needle.
Just do it on the other side. Just chew it on the other side.
Chew it on the other side. Isn't that
It can be an AI song, that's for sure.
no? Oh, who are the guys that did that? Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, but see, Donald's in a situation as if he went and got braces and then ended up at a taffy factory, and they offered him a bunch of free taffy. He's like, shit, what do I do?
Eat the taffy.
Well, you got family, you know, you have to eat it, you know.
No, I'm not sharing this.
Oh,
Here.
there goes
Subordinate.
the generosity spot.
He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, his wife's gonna be like, how was your day? God, you gotta waterboard me as soon as I get in the door.
Leave me alone.
Ah,
Don't look in the fridge. This is mine.
Guys, I'll be back in
No.
10.
And
Okay,
the,
All right.
and the queso has ground up meat in it. I'm assuming hamburger. It could be goat. I don't care.
That sounds good though. Not like some good queso. Those mom and pop Mexican restaurants usually have some really good shit.
Well, they are a small chain. It's a family-run operation, but they've got 5 locations in different places, but each of them are individually ran.
Yeah, but I'm sure they probably follow some recipes across the board.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to love shooting restaurants because I would always try and sneak food and try and take some of the food home. But I don't do that anymore.
Were you doing inside or outside? Just inside, Don. Hey, Don.
Are you-
Yeah.
Are you doing inside, outside, or just inside stuff?
This was all interior, on camera, some food setup shots. I had done an exterior shot of the restaurant before that I'm going to use again.
Now, whenever you've done food shots, have you done that shit you see like on the internet, like that they do for like big chains where they put shit in it to make it look better, but it's not really edible?
No, I've never done anything to make it not edible. I have done a bit of plating to make things look more appetizing, like burgers, if you can, you always stage a burger back, like from the lower layer to the front, and just inch it back a little bit so you can see all the different layers.
Right.
If I'm shooting a breakfast or something like that with coffee, get some cotton balls and put cotton balls in the microwave, and the cotton balls will wick the water and make it steam a lot more for a lot longer than coffee will. I've done stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember you talking about the cotton ball thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
well,
use-
I've done different plating tricks like that.
Do you use motor oil?
For
Ball.
syrup, no.
I like some good 10W30 on your pancakes.
No, I've
Yeah.
never done anything to make it inedible. I've never done anything like that. But there are different plating tricks where you take you use the actual food and you just make it look more presentable.
Yeah, you can't make it inedible. What's the point of that? You won't be able to eat it after you've photographed it.
Well, that's how the big chains do it, like McDonald's and shit. They make these burgers look really nice. But you go to
That is not
McDonald's,
true.
they look nothing like.
No, that is not true, Justin. I will send you a link of a food artist preparing a McDonald's hamburger for shoot, and they use all the actual ingredients, but they don't just grab a bun. They'll grab 100 buns and sort through to find the perfect bun. And
Okay.
they use the actual food, but they basically pick the best of the best that it could possibly look.
Oh, fucking Paul put a face on his chair.
Yeah.
When did you do that? This morning?
Sometime between this morning's and tonight's.
Oh, wow. Terry Garr passed away.
Yeah,
Who?
Terry Garr.
Terry Garr. She was played Young Frankenstein on Young Frankenstein.
Modern Problems, Under the Rainbow.
Yeah. She was she was 79. I didn't realize she was that old.
Yep.
All right, let me go do some stuff before my wife comes home. I don't
Recognize
know.
her.
Yeah, they don't have away wives sometimes, don't they?
Yeah, you got that right. I gotta prepare myself before she gets home.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm going to disappear here in a second from you guys. I'll still be listening, but I think I'm going to drop out here in a second just because I'm far enough away from town.
All right. Yeah, I'm looking at her movies. Dumb and Dumber, she was in.
Oh, was she on Dumber and Dumber?
Dumb and Dumber, yeah, the first one,
Okay.
back
I
in
didn't realize
'94. Who did she play in a movie? Because I was going through her list of films, and the last one I think she did was in 2000. What was it? 2007. It was God Out the Window. Was her last movie.
2008 role model
no.
with Gene.
Oh, now there's another list says 2011 How to Marry a Billionaire
Oh, okay.
television film.
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, it was a list a little lower. Yeah, I'm on Wikipedia looking at it.
A lot of movies.
I recognize some of the movies. I just have never seen them, but
She was on Close Encounters.
Oh, yeah, Close Encounters, Doug.
she's got a huge catalog of movies. And And a bunch of TV shows too.
He's on Elvis Kissing Cousin.
She's probably got probably 50 movies and probably about the equal in TV shows that she was on too.
Wow.
A lot of television films too. Trying to think who she played in Dumb and Dumber. Let me see what character it was, because I don't recognize her. Okay, that photo I recognize her. So she looks a lot different in all different stages of her life.
Yeah. She's pretty.
What's up, JDS?
Hey, JDS. Come on, come on.
She was on SNL 3 times.
She's on Mad TV too. She that was
Oh,
on
really?
her. Yeah, that was on the list of TV shows of hers. She said Mad TV.
You don't want to go out.
How do you know what I don't want to do?
Because I open the door every time and she just looks out and says, "No, I ain't going out in that."
Like.
That sounds like a cat.
Oh, the cat's asleep. There's on my bed.
My house, I just spend the day swapping cats. One is outside, one is inside, then they just change places.
Yeah. Well, make your mind up. All right, prove me wrong. She went out. Mind you, give her 2 or 3 minutes and she'll be barking at door to come back in again.
Dusty finally made it home after sitting in traffic for an hour and a half.
I hated traffic. When I was on my motorbike, I used to start work before the rush hour and finish work before the rush hour. And then when I had to stop driving and I had to get the bus, then I used to start after rush hour and finish after rush hour.
Traffic has gotten horrible around here the last couple of years. Oh my God. They've started widening some of the roads because of it. Adding more lanes. They actually did one of the highways over here. They had to add a whole 2 more lanes. So they had to build another section of bridge and then, make it one.
Mhm.
phases of it. Yeah, it took them about a year and a half to get that completed.
All right, guys, my boss has just now sent me a text. I'm gonna read it and
AKA the
go,
wife messaged him to get his ass in the house.
like I
She's
said,
out
I
there.
got he wants to go walking with the dogs this afternoon, so I guess I'll go change clothes and stuff. And
Stop playing out in the garage with your friends and get in here.
yeah, yes, that's exactly what. She goes, "You're what? No, I don't think so." She did. You did that yesterday because I was on Scott show yesterday. Jackrabbit
Mm. Yeah, I saw.
didn't do my show yesterday. It's every other Monday, so next Monday I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. So just one of those things. One another day. Maybe another one of these might help me. These go down really good.
That way,
It really doesn't taste like lemonade.
he's trying to get courage to go up in the house. Listen here, woman. I'll run this house. Get a little bit of that liquid courage in him.
Yeah.
That's what Justin says to himself when he looks in the mirror.
That the
Listen
way
here.
is that the way Justin talks to Sarah?
Talks to himself.
Now I look in the mirror and I pretend, you know.
He looks in the mirror and goes, "Listen, I'm the classy broad of this house."
What you don't realize, that's a two-way mirror. She's watching you. Oh man. Well, we have mother-in-law living with us too, so.
Oh,
God, you're a sucker for punishment.
it's 2 against 1.
Oh yeah, she's been with us Christmas. It's the gift.
Well,
It's
good
the
for
gift.
you, taking care of the mother-in-law.
It's the gift that keeps giving. So, no, she's got Alzheimer's and dementia. So it's I've
that can
learned
be rough.
I've learned more about medication than anybody has ever learned. What each pill does and everything, including the pills that I take. Because back then it used to be the doctor would say you needed these blood pressure pills, and ever since then I've started looking into I take 3 of them a day, and I started looking more into them, and I ended up going to see my doctor and asking him to change me from one blood pressure pill to another one. And he says, I would never have thought of that. Yeah, I'll change you. And it's helped me out a lot more than the pill I was on. And, he says, you've done your paperwork and you're studying up on it. And I said, oh yeah, I know what everything does now. She's on like
Blood thinners and stuff.
one blood thinner, and the other ones are more of cholesterol,
So statin.
mental, the mental stuff. She is going to start this new procedure this week as soon as they get it in. It's a fusion type procedure. It's brand new. They just started it about 8 months ago, and she does one every 2 weeks, and it's supposed to slow the progression down of the dementia and Alzheimer's.
Have you noticed a change?
we've noticed a change. Her medication was off the chain around Christmas time. We were fixing to go on a cruise, and she has an AM and PM Monday through Friday. I mean, the 7 day AM and PM, and she had it all mixed up, and she was acting so zonky before we going on our cruise, and I had to start looking more and more into it, and I was like, I think I know what some of it is, and I started straightening it out and telling her, do not dose this until we dose it to you, and it's worked. It's really helped, and we've taken her off of every time we go see a doctor, we end up taking her more and more off of certain things. Only because the doctor, starts agreeing with us because of the fact that we see it more than they do.
Yeah.
And that's what helps. I mean, it's like I was talking. We've got a friend of ours that came to the camp out. I mean, the glamp out, and she's got her mom was taking 5 Xanaxes a day, and now her mom is living with her too, and so we discussed things over the weekend, and I was talking to her Sunday morning about it, and she was like saying no, the doctors are saying she don't have dementia or Alzheimer's and everything, and the things she was describing to me was sounding like it. And I said, well, Cindy, let me ask you this. Is the doctor living with y'all? And she goes, no. And I said, well, then how does the doctor fully know? Because they do. They give her, they give you these tests, these word tests. Here's 5 words. And then they come back to them 10 minutes later and ask them those 5 words. What were the 5 words that I told you? Okay, guarantee that if that doctor was to come back and ask them that morning and come back later on that afternoon, I guarantee they could not recall those 5 words. And I said, Cindy, it sounds like your mom is either borderline or just what she was telling me was just like that sounds like exactly my wife's mom.
Ooh.
It's just I never want to go through this ever again, and I don't wish this on anybody because it's a horrible disease.
Oh yeah, I was taking care of my mother at the end, and one day she just kind of flipped out, wigged out a little bit, but she was moving slow. She went down and was knocking on the neighbor's door, 3 doors down, and says, "Let me in, let me in, let me in."
Yeah, Dad has similar experience with his grandmother, who is 90. She remembered years ago when he redid her roof like 40 years ago. And so she's in the nursing home and she's like, "Thank you for doing the roof. What else are you doing up there?"
Yeah, I just don't.
It's a tough disease.
Oh yeah, there's nothing great about that dementia. What I call the older age you get, the more it starts to affect several people. Doesn't affect everybody, but.
And she kept talking about her husband who used to work for the train or worked on the railroad.
Yeah.
And so how she used to go to the train station to meet him, and they were trying to figure out what all that meant because the employees didn't know.
It's they remember more of
Recall, yeah.
than they do presently.
Mm-hmm.
And because I mean she'll bring stuff up all the time about certain things that's happened so many years ago. We started noticing it last year. She had three wrecks last year, and she was always saying that somebody was stealing her garbage outside. Not the whole garbage, just one bag. So I put in a camera and I watched that camera and everything. Never seen anybody steal the garbage. And we never even thought about it. And the last accident she had was the one that kind of took the cake, because she basically had somebody, she hit somebody and they basically took off. And
Ooh.
I said, did they give, she goes, should we call the police? And I said, well, did they stop? And she said, no. And I said, did they get your tag number? And she goes, no. And I said, well, what are we going to tell the police? And, you know, I mean, I don't know. We're not going to tell the police anything, because
Well,
what can
the garbage thing could have been raccoons or something like that.
it was, I don't think so. It's just like, okay. And also,
Well, the thing of it is what you got to learn as being you. It doesn't do any good to argue with somebody that's got that problem. It just makes them agitated, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. You go with it. You go with you just roll with it.
Yeah.
You do. And that, I mean, that's all you can do. I mean, I had to have a discussion with her at lunchtime today, because she's constantly washing clothes here. And she said, yeah, I said, are you washing a load? And she turned around and she said, yeah, this is the third time I've washed it, because they're not, they're still soaking wet. Well, it got to the spin cycle and started going boom, 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 boom. Well, you know, I stopped it and I opened it up. She had two towels and one article of clothing. And I'm like, it's going to be off balance. No wonder it's doing this. I said, Miranda, I don't mind you washing clothes and stuff, but we wash good size loads, because of the fact that, you know, our power bill's been $300 every month for the past 4 months now. And it's only because she does it every single day and runs the dryer every single day. And I'm like, we need to put a stop to this. So I talked to my wife today during lunch, and she goes, I agree, we need to talk to her. So we're going to have a little talk to her when we get back from walking about washing clothes every day.
So did you already take her off the road?
Oh yeah. We sold her car and everything. She only lives about 5 miles from here.
Did she take it well?
She's living with us, Andrew, but her house, we're going through her whole house right now, trying to clean it out and get it ready to sell. And
If there's stuff that you want, take what you want and then hire a company to haul out the rest.
Well, what I told her son and my wife was, we take the memories and leave the rest, and have a company come in, and we're going to have an estate sale.
And if there's anything that can be donated, have them donate it. And everything else, just have them haul the rest out.
We've been donating stuff. This is a 2-story, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath house full of everything you can think of.
Yep. I went through that a few years ago with my grandparents. They had been in the house for over 50 years. That attic was chock full of stuff.
What you need,
Well, what you'll find as the older you get into that mindset. Well, you know, I might need that one of these days. I might need that item. I'm not going to throw that out. You know. I
She
might
said-
need it.
Grandma said that about things that were in the pantry.
You
Oh, they
need-
might need that for a cardboard project.
Yep.
Yeah, you need something like when my mum's uncle died. My mum and my sister went through his house, finding everything that was needed and all the paperwork and all the rest of it, and found altogether £19,000 hidden in various places.
Was some of it hidden in pictures? You remember how they
Oh,
used to
God
develop
knows where-
pictures?
God knows where it was, Andrew.
That's where I found some of Grandma's cash.
We had a friend of ours that lost their dad, and they basically paid for the funeral and all that stuff. And 3 months later, they were cleaning up the house, and he was a big gambler. And 3 months later, they were sitting there cleaning up the house, and they went through a closet, and they opened up shoe boxes and found over $65,000 in there.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
That's even nicer.
Phil, payday.
I was like, I don't think we're gonna find that at Mom's house.
You never know. If the house is old enough, there might be a few secret compartments.
I hope you're income to the IRS.
No IRS involved. I don't know about that.
Don, Phil is the IRS in this case.
I'll just sit there and say, what cash? I didn't see no cash.
What shoebox?
Yeah, I'm not going to that. That's for sure.
I'm just clearing out stuff.
Yeah, these are my seeds.
Yeah.
And you just quietly put it in the back of your car?
Yeah. Yeah. When Sherry and them, it was just a friend of my wife's. When she called one night and she was like, "You would never believe what we found in this house," and it was unreal when she told us. We were like, "Wow." That not only paid for the funeral, but funerals for everybody. Just one of those deals.
You
But
found more? You found more than that? You found little surprises?
No, they were. Basically, it was a friend of ours that did this, that found this, and said that they were dreading to go clean up his place, to clean it out, and it was like day number 6 of cleaning, and just getting everything out and throwing stuff away and carrying stuff to the thrift store and stuff like that. And they were just really just tired. And they got to one closet upstairs and just kept on cleaning up. And they went through she goes, "Look, he even kept old shoe boxes." And she says, "These just don't feel like shoes in them." And the funny thing is, right when she opened it up, she goes, "That's not shoes. This is certainly not shoes." And then they found another one. And, the next thing you know, they found 3 of them. And it was close to about $65,000. And like I said, he was a big gambler. So, something tells me somewhere he was at somebody's poker game or something, where they're not worried about, are you going to claim this on your state and federal? No.
Did you find receipts like a local large casino that I used to go to all the time?
No, this was a friend of ours, so it wasn't us.
No,
It
but
wasn't.
did they find receipts to a local casino?
I don't know. That I don't know. Now I tell you what we found at her mom's house. we found tag receipt, the yearly tag receipts for every car that she's owned since 1992.
You notice the gradual price increase since 1992?
Yeah. It's like your, what's they called, ad valorem tax. Like 1992 ad valorem tax was $1 something, and today it's $202.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you hear that, Paul?
Huh?
I was asking Paul if you heard that. I was like, wow.
All right. Well, my wife's fixing to come home, and I don't want her to come out in the garage and go, "Why you
Okay,
got-"
everybody. Hey, Phil, thanks for being here. You're always welcome.
Thank you, Paul.
See you later.
See
Yeah.
ya.
It was really good chatting with all y'all.
Yep,
All right. Well, y'all have a
Good luck.
great evening.
you too.
Good luck. Good luck with the clean out.
Did Justin take good care of you while I was gone?
Ah, there's a point. How did the Yankees get on?
Okay. All right, Philip.
We'll see y'all
We'll see ya.
as soon as I figure out how to get out of here.
There you go.
Oh, there he goes.
Scores.
Andrew.
Laura.
Andrew, Laura.
Paul,
Shut up, Laura.
Shut up,
How's-
Laura.
How's the buggy?
Stop.
Justin.
How's the dune
Is-
buggy?
What?
Is the World Series first to 5?
First to 5 or first to 7, I think. Does that sound right, Paul?
So it's 3-0 to the Dodgers now.
Yeah. I'm hoping the Yankees can come back, but I'm not sure.
Hmm.
What do you think, Don?
I have nothing to say about sports.
Well,
The world's-
tonight's the game number 3 of the World Series, isn't it?
Yeah,
Uh,
Yankees have already lost 4-2.
It's
Well,
game
that
number
was-
4, I
that was
think.
last night's.
No,
This
it
is
was game
tonight.
3. No, it was at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah,
Oh, was
4.
it?
This is game 4. Last night was game 3 because first 2 games were in LA and
Yep.
last
Well,
night
this is
and
at Yankee
tonight
Stadium.
are at Yankee Stadium in New
So
York
they
City.
won the World Series then.
No,
Not yet.
Best of 7, isn't it?
Usually.
Four games is the best of 7.
yeah, but they've
I'm
only
jumping
won
off.
3
Catch
so
y'all later.
far.
Okay,
Come on.
Justin,
Bye,
take care,
Justin.
buddy.
Later.
Yeah, okay, see you. It's only 3-0 at the moment.
So it's still going.
Yeah.
Yes. So if the Yankees win the next 3 in a row, well, it's gonna be tight.
They don't have to win 3 in a row. It's the best of 7.
I
Yeah,
know.
they've
Needs
got to win the
best of
next.
7.
They've actually
Don't
the
play 7 games.
the Yankees have got to win the next 4 games.
That's right. If San Diego wins today, they are the champions.
This says it starts
It's-
at
I think it's
8 minutes past midnight, so starts in an hour.
Fucking sort of time is that? 8 minutes past midnight.
it starts at 8:08 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern Standard.
Yeah. So,
So
that's
that's eight-
another hour.
Yeah,
That's
I get that. But why?
That's 8
why
That's 8
not
minutes
8
past
o'clock?
midnight here.
Why not
Well,
8
it's
o'clock?
because
Why
it's-
not 8:15?
It's because it's the U.S.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're back
Why
in.
it's so specific there, David?
yeah, 808 state.
Beats me.
No, 8:08 is Pacific, right? Over here,
No, eight oh
sporting
eight.
events kick off on the quarter hour or the half hour. Or
It's-
David, 8:08 Eastern time.
Yeah, I know. But 8:08
which
state.
is
So I don't get
Uh,
the.
Because they're
12:08.
playing in New York.
It's 8 minutes
Yeah.
past midnight in the UK
Why not just start at 8 o'clock? Why 8:08?
this week.
Oh, who knows?
that's what I said. Why? I don't know.
But they actually start the programming a half hour, 45 minutes before.
Yes. And they go through all the
What happens
stats
if it's
and-
delayed to 8:09?
Nothing. I think they do the pledge. They play the American anthem and everything else and introduce everybody and then play.
And that takes them 8 minutes.
Well,
It's kind
last
of like
night-
way you and Blackpool run, you know?
Well, last night they had Derek Jeter on,
Yep.
former captain. Now introducing Derek Jeter. Do you remember that, Don?
Got in the door when he jumped out.
Out do sports.
Now.
Well, actually, here it says on my TV it says the game starts at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it says 8:08 here on the Major League Baseball website. Well, app.
Let's be precise. It's going to be 8:08 and 15 seconds.
Well, why it's 08? JDS.
Maybe that's how long
Sunshine.
it takes to send it over to the UK and translate it into PAL.
Could be.
Instead of NTSC. That's what yours is, isn't
Or
it? NTSC.
Yep. Ours is NTSC, and which it's all kind of meaningless now that we're in the days of the internet.
Yeah. And now that we've got digital TV,
Yep.
and LEDs, and it don't matter how many bleeding lines they've got.
All right.
So, David, are you going to stay up and watch the game?
No.
But does
Are you-
PAL still have a true black pedestal like they used to? It used to be that PAL had a truer black than NTSC. Because NTSC was always a little bit brighter because the pixels didn't actually turn off.
Does have a strong black.
I don't know, Don.
What the hell am I supposed? What have I gone on to here?
What?
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 You are.
No. Biden.
You are.
It's not what, it's Biden.
What?
Biden. Biden.
What?
What?
Stop
It's
being
not.
Biden.
It's okay.
It's going to bed. You're up early.
Ooh, there's an invitation for you, Laura.
I've got to get up early tomorrow.
Well, there's an old commercial that they used to do during the Super Bowl. What's that?
I've got to be up at 7 o'clock because we've got an appointment for Kate at 9 o'clock.
Okay, everybody. I guess I'm going to call it.
We'll see you guys later.
Yeah. I'm going to call it Amazon.
Bye,
Speed
everybody.
on home there, Donald. Floor it.